Don't say anything.
Okay, I got
Or you can, but I'll say.
Well, then let's just start from the top. Go ahead. But do you want to use that cold open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use that. Go ahead. Go from the top. I don't think you should be chewing gum.
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize.
You know what I mean?
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the special holiday edition of the Ted Jones World Podcast. It is your absolute boy on the mic, producer, editor, Pat Charmel. I know what everyone's thinking, but Pat, ¿dónde está Teddy? Well, we decided to switch it up today. You know, your motherfucking boys came to the stew in a snow squall.
Ooh.
Dude, don't say anything. I haven't introduced you yet.
I couldn't help myself,
Okay,
bro.
no.
This intro is just enticing. Keep it going, bro.
Okay, not till I introduce you. The National Weather Service today sent everyone a text of a sudden snow squall, and you know your boys came to the stew to provide you with a holiday episode regardless of the treacherous weather. Now, I have someone that I'd like to introduce to you because you know our co-host, or the actual host, Ted Jones. We don't know a lot about Ted Jones. So I thought that today we would get a little bit into the life of Ted Jones, his whole life story. He's not going to leave out a single detail. He's going to get into grave detail about his life growing up in New York City and maybe other surrounding areas. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Chancellor of Chelsea, the ruler of real estate, the wolf of Wilson Rackets, the Blink Fitness Bachelor, your grandmother's favorite podcaster, Teddy Jones.
Thank you, Pat. You know what? I'm clapping for myself, but I'm also clapping for you, bro. That was a terrific intro. And yes, this was all Pat's idea. Holiday edition, episode 18 here.
Okay,
and
great.
I guess people just want to know more about me, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just got the host bug in me, man. So I just gotta
I know.
gotta spew
Dude, you need to-
my piece out a little bit. But this is gonna be exciting. You guys are gonna get to know me better, I guess.
It is the holidays, so you take some time to relax.
Yes.
You just sprawl out. You're looking a little tense, so you know. Actually, no,
Okay.
you're looking very comfortable.
Yeah, I got my leg up here.
Let me ask the questions,
couch.
and you just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Can I just quickly say it's
Sure.
great to be next to you?
I know.
You know what
Isn't
I
this
mean?
crazy?
On podcasts, I'm usually sitting over there.
I know.
In the chair. You're here,
all the way over
running
here.
the show.
We're like really.
Yeah,
close.
dude. We can kiss. Don't worry.
I'll give you-
We'll give each other a holiday hug on the way out.
Okay, well,
A kiss.
I'll give you
Jesus,
a
that
hug.
was like intense. We might need to edit that one out. Holiday special, a lot of love.
Do you like our? Okay, so first of all, we have our green and red
Nice.
microphone covers representing Xmas. But we're celebrating all holidays here. We're inclusive. We include everyone, and we don't judge based on what holiday you celebrate.
Yeah.
So first of all, Ted, right off top,
Yeah.
first most important question: what are you getting me for Christmas?
Oh. Dude, I feel like we should have organized maybe a secret Santa situation.
Just the two of us, since our other friends don't talk
Just
to us
you and
anymore.
I. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like you and I now. Just
Yeah, I
you know,
know.
created an incredible bond. We don't even need a group chat anymore, man. It's just you and I.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like
You know-
also when we like contribute too much funny stuff to the group chat and like you're the only one that responds, I
I
get
know.
pissed. It's like annoying.
You know, you can't leave
Like
a
a lot of funny stuff.
You can't leave a 3-person.
Yeah,
group
bro.
chat.
I know.
Have you
It's
tried?
awful. Yeah,
I don't understand
because
why
I've been
not?
with you and like one of our other boys, and I'm like, all right, man, it's time to leave this chat. Time to wrap it up.
don't
How do I
understand.
leave?
Why can't you do that?
I don't know.
Shout out Apple, fix that.
Yeah,
and you know what? Who I
please
get?
fix
Do you
that.
keep getting calls from Apple? Have you ever
Dude.
gotten that on your phone? It says Apple when someone's calling you.
No.
Today, and it's happened before. On my phone, let's see if it says missed.
Oh,
They're not
whipping
gonna
out
be
the
able to see
second
it.
phone.
Yeah.
So you have one work phone and one
two
personal phone. Is that what the
phones.
Look at situation is? One Ted Jones
Yes.
World phone, one
Exactly.
Pat Charmel phone. Go ahead.
See Apple Inc.
Apple Inc. Dude, you should have picked
Apple
up.
Inc.
I feel
Every
like
time
that
it
would've
just
been
says Apple when they
Oh.
call. I don't know. It's really weird, but I've never picked
I
up.
wonder
But I
if you can
should.
drill down though, and it says like a different area code each time. Maybe one's San Francisco, one's like
The
I don't
Silicon
know,
Valley, the Apple
or fresh like
campus.
14th Street.
Yeah,
I
Chelsea.
don't know.
Yeah, we're out here. All right. So, Ted, as we said, the viewers, the listeners, I don't know if they know a lot about you. You got this cover of the podcast where you're looking all kind of suave with
Okay,
your
thank
suit.
you.
You got jets. You got stacks of bread.
Yeah,
You're
non-existent at the
you
moment.
are acquiring that bag on the cover of the podcast, but no one really knows how have you acquired the bag.
Okay.
Okay. Ted, tell the viewers, what do you do? Besides the pod, because we know you make bread from the pod, but
Okay.
your day job, what do you do?
You know, I do have a day job as of right now. I'm in real estate, man. And so basically what I do during the day Well, it depends on whatever day it is during the week, but a couple days a week, I'll be out in areas of Brooklyn where the places that are gentrifying for the most part, and there's an opportunity to be had. Yeah. You know, in terms of like rent growth, and young guys like us want to be next to bars and restaurants. Right. And the rents aren't as high as they will be, you know, in Bushwick and Crown Heights and Bed-Stuyvesant and other areas in Queens and Brooklyn. Oh, what just happened there? The mic came disconnected on you anyway. But basically just checking out areas that are improving and where people want to be. You know, it's not necessarily like kicking people out or anything, but areas are changing, and Manhattan for the most part has maxed out. There's like a ton of like very expensive inventory in terms of like apartments and all sorts of stuff here. So it becomes unaffordable for a lot lot of people.
So you're doing prospecting a lot. You're going out
canvassing, as they'd say.
For who? Donald Trump?
A couple days a week. No, not Donnie T.
Okay. No, we're gonna be nice this episode. You know, it's the holidays.
Yeah, it is the holidays.
We went a little bit of a rant last week. We said, or Ted Jones said, how he really felt about our president.
Yeah.
And he was critical, but I think he deserved it. And
Donnie T deserved it, you mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Did you watch any of that impeachment hearing today? It was pretty funny. People were just going off.
No, I didn't. And I don't know. I just hope it's over soon, man. It's long overdue.
Yeah.
It's long overdue. So what else you got for me over there,
Ted,
man?
I got it, man. I got it. Where, Ted, you have lived in Manhattan your whole life? Where were you born?
Yes. You know what? I spent 6 weeks of my life in Princeton, New Jersey.
Shout out Princeton.
No. I was born in New Brunswick Hospital in New Jersey.
Shout out newbie.
And then I lived in Princeton.
Okay.
So close by. So I'm a Jersey boy.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Manhattan, actually.
What up? If you don't mind saying, what neighborhood?
About in Gramercy Park.
Ooh, the mean streets of Gramercy Park.
To be exact. Yeah, bro. It's tough out there.
You got that key to Gramercy Park.
Bro, no, I didn't. That would have been tight, though. But I didn't. I did not have that key to Gramercy Park.
What was it? See, I see a lot of kids running around in New York who live here. And, you know, I see that they're very independent. Mm-hmm. Sometimes have a mouth on them.
Okay.
But they're on the subway. I was literally in Whole Foods one time, and I swear this kid was like maybe 7 years old, standing in line next to me at Whole Foods with a full shopping cart, like straight up shopping for his family, like
just by himself.
Yeah, just by himself.
You know, it is definitely weird. I feel like kids that grow up in the city maybe grow up a little bit faster than kids in the suburbs, just because like you don't get your license until you're 16 years old when you're from the suburbs. Well, I guess it's different now because you could just take an Uber everywhere. Yeah. No matter where you are. But like for example, you probably didn't get your license until you were how old? 16. And then before that, though, your parents were driving you to parties and like picking you up at whatever time they thought was appropriate.
Such a big party.
Yeah, bro. You were obviously raging, but like city kids can get home and like sneak out.
So when did you get your license?
I got mine when I was like 17. When I was a senior.
Right,
when I was a senior in college.
Did you have a car at UConn?
I did for the latter part. So junior and senior year, I had a little Jeep Liberty. Yeah, it was fresh, man.
So
a lot of mileage on it.
I know a lot of people ask, like a lot of people are like, I don't want to raise my kids in the city. Like I want them to have a backyard and blah blah blah. But like my whole thing is when I hear people say that, it's like, but the kid doesn't have any other idea like to compare it to. So like they're not comparing it to like having a yard because they don't have a yard. They don't know what that's like.
So it's like the kids that are born in the city.
In the city, yeah. So did you enjoy growing up in the city?
I did. You know, I definitely see where parents could think that maybe it's not safe for a kid to grow up in the city, just like the influences that they might have, just because there's so much independence that starts when you're like 13 or 14 years old in terms of like getting to school and such. Like if you pay for a school bus to get you around Manhattan, like dude, it gets very expensive. It's probably $200 a day when you can just have your child when they, first day of eighth grade, they could just take the subway and then that's $2 instead of, spending an insane amount of money every day to have your kid in a yellow school bus when he or she's already old enough per se, to take the subway by themselves.
Do the public schools not provide school buses?
I do not believe that they do within like the certain like radius or whatever of the school, but I think if you're like far enough out, they do.
Okay. So like when you were growing up and you wanted to play sports and stuff,
Yeah.
you obviously played tennis.
Yes, and I was the MVP of Peter Stuyvesant Little League when I was 12 years old, bro. I was hitting bombs. I batted 735 one year. No joke, bro. I'm not. Yes, I'm not
okay,
even.
pal.
Dude, I swear
Cal Ripken
to
up in
God,
here.
735 was my average, bro. Struck out once that year. Pitched like a no hitter. Hit like 4 bombs. I'm not even kidding.
Teddy Chipper Jones.
You know what? Yeah, literally. Anyone that was in Peter Stuyvesant Little League, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not flexing. We'll have any one of you guys on the podcast. I'm not even lying here. Had to make the decision between baseball and tennis. I don't know if it was such a great decision to hop on the tennis wagon over there. Could have been a pro ball player.
You think you made
made
the big leagues, bro?
You know what? I don't know, bro. I don't know if I was passionate enough, to really make it that far. But I like tennis better just because like I really didn't like it when my teammates were messing up. I'd rather it was just my fault.
Yeah.
So being on the tennis court and messing up, I could deal with it better than somebody making an error, striking out, whatever that was. But looking back on it, baseball was super fun.
Yeah.
Brought me like a lot of friends for the most part, and played basketball in middle school, and then played soccer in middle school too.
Yeah. So like for Little League, when you wanted to play baseball, would
Yeah.
you go to like Roosevelt Island? Would you go like
Well, they have
uptown?
No, they have fields like
Central Park?
they have Con Ed fields at Con Ed, in like near Stuytown. They have Central Park. They have Yorkville. They have like a ton of fields actually in the city. And then like we'd be traveling. I was like on the travel team too, so we'd be traveling to like Westchester, like
Right.
Long Island, and then play like double headers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So if you were to have kids, little Ted Jonesers running
Yeah.
around,
Which I would like, by the way. We're talking
Yeah.
about all this like dating app
I know,
shit.
seriously.
Like we talk so much crap. Like, oh yeah, dude, this chick, that chick. Like, dude, I got no girls, bro.
I'm sorry to jump the gun. You
got
can't even get the girls to respond to the double wave.
Dude,
So
I
I'm
know.
not talking about
I thought
kids.
the double wave, and then I commented on your comment. I was like, yo, get
was
them
a
with the triple.
fresh
Get them with the
double
triple wave.
But anyway,
Sorry, go
would
ahead.
you raise little tykes in Manhattan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think under the right circumstance, if I felt that like my family or whatever, my 2 kids would be comfortable in an apartment or a townhouse or something like that, then yeah. But if it got to the point where I think my kids would be negatively influenced by a certain school or a certain neighborhood, maybe I would think of it in another way. But I think I know what I would need to keep an eye on. I know all the stuff that I did in middle school and high school, and like
that's
I
true.
can like kind of just figure out that
But times have
that
changed.
stuff
man.
wasn't cool. Right, man.
Everyone's just on their phone and on YouTube,
Right.
watching Teddy Jones and Pat Charmel.
Watching Ted Jones World, freaking holiday special episode 18,
Logan Paul,
fireside chat, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Got the candle lit, very nice.
Very nice touch. That was my idea.
I appreciate that you did that.
Head of content.
Lit the candle.
So what everyone really wants to know is
Uh-huh.
what was the fresh party scene like growing up in New York?
Oh man,
If you don't
was
have to get
wild,
too
bro.
detailed if you don't like, obviously, but
No,
just a little bit. So, we went.
give it to you.
So in the burbs, we rocked the basement parties.
Oh, yeah.
the kickbacks,
Bro.
downstairs.
I had quite a basement party. Sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah.
interrupt.
No, it's
but
all
you
good.
wanna go
I want to
ahead?
hear it. The stage is yours.
So
Tell
this
us about the
was
slappers.
like a crazy one actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was a sophomore in high school, and this was my first year in this high school. So sophomore year, this was like right around Halloween. And we had like a big basement in the townhouse that I grew up in my parents' basement.
Yeah.
So one Friday night, I didn't have a tennis tournament because this was when I was really serious at tennis, and I'd be away like every weekend. So I decided to have like 10 of my friends over, 10 of my friends from school, whatever, bring some alcohol. And then this is like a typical nightmare high school party situation.
Yeah.
So 10 kids turn into like 20 kids.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, it's fine. It's all the sophomores. Then some juniors show up, like 5 juniors show up. Then like another 5 seniors. Before you know it, there's like 35, 40 kids in my basement. My parents are like asleep and like not really focusing on anything going on.
You had
It's
a
Friday.
basement in
It's
an
Friday.
apartment? Or was it a
Yeah.
townhouse?
It was a townhouse.
Okay.
So we had like basically like the parlor floor
Right.
kind of basement situation.
Yep.
And it was just like it was a big space, and like my parents were not down there. So
Right.
like 12:30 comes, everyone's wasted, drinking like whiskey, vodka, tequila, obviously just drinking the same. Everyone's just trying to drink alcohol to get wasted, whatever. We don't know anything. We're 16.
Yeah.
So this kid brings an enormous bottle of vodka, bro.
Yeah.
And he downs like half of it. It's like a fifth. So it's like 175 milliliters. But dude, for a 16-year-old Asian kid who's like 5'3",
turned beat red after he drank it.
Dude, yes, 120 pounds, drinks half of the fifth. He passes out.
Damn.
On
This is
the
your
beanbag.
house.
This is at my house. On
you're
the
freaking
beanbag. I'm free. I think it's like funny at first. This kid's passed out for 20 minutes. All right, everyone starts rolling out. It's like 2:30. I'm like, all right. I'm like, start like hitting this kid or whatever. I'm like, all right, man.
Yo,
like,
look at Ben.
Wake up, man. Like, wake up. Like, dude, let's go. We got to go. Everyone's kind of laughing, whatever. Then my tennis coach, who lived with me at this time, this was my tennis coach, Mike, who's 4 years older than me, lived in a guest room upstairs in my house. I had to wake him up. He was like 4 years older. He basically like stayed in my house and studied for the MCAT because he went to medical school after this. He studied for the MCAT, and in exchange he was just like my coach, like my hitting partner, whatever. So played with me like every day. So I wake him up. He's like 20. How old is he? He's like 21, 22 years old. He comes downstairs. He's like, look at this kid. I love these kids. He's the only one who's not causing a scene. So now we're both trying to wake him up. We're like fucking picking this kid up by the arms. He spews out vomit, and then I'm like,
obviously he's not gonna wake up.
Fuck.
He's hammered.
So I go upstairs. I tell my parents. They start screaming at me.
Yeah,
We call 911.
Oh my God.
The cops, the ambulances came. They bring him out. They put him on a fucking stretcher, bro.
Well, that's what you have to do.
And then as he was on the stretcher, he was throwing up on his shirt and threw up all over the rug. Dude, I was grounded for like 2 months, bro. It was awful.
Crazy.
He got me like a lot. He got me a lot of chocolate matzah for like that Hanukkah. It was crazy. Yeah, but dude, the cops were questioning me, and they were like, "So, did you provide the kid this alcohol?" I was like, "No, he came with it," which he literally did. Thank God.
Yeah,
and I wasn't.
But even so, I think
the cops. You know,
some of those
saying?
laws, like even if you even if
if you have
at your house,
underage drinking,
and they brought
could have easily like arrested my parents, bro. Like I've heard of situations where that's happened.
That's
crazy. Okay, that was a crazy rage that I had. That was the last party I ever and will ever have.
Yeah.
Unless I have like a Dan Bilzerian size house.
Yeah, right.
That, like I could just have IG models out, dude. But also, so I was 19 years old. I didn't have a job one summer. This was like freshman year of college. So I didn't have anything to do. And my dad was like, all right, dude, like you got to work. What are you doing? Like, so I had no money for food. Like at the same time I could pick from the fridge, but like who wants to pick from your dad's fridge, especially when there's nothing in it. Yeah. So I didn't have any access to Seamless or anything that summer. So I was just like, fuck, I got to do something. So I was like going out every single night, like going to clubs, whatever. I would bring,
like you were how old?
I was 20? Bringing. No, I was like 19 years old. I was bringing like a few of my friends. I happened to have like good-looking friends.
Yeah,
with guys and girls.
Of course, you don't roll with. You did not roll with uggos.
Straight nines.
No uggos.
So anyway, we'd go to these clubs, and like these promoters would just latch on to us, whatever. Just be like, yo, come to my table. You know, we have a couple drinks. You know, have the
$700
Grey Goose or whatever. So I go to these tables. You know, we drink for free, whatever. We'd stay out super late.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like I would talk to these guys, and they'd just be like, yo, bro, like you should just come out like any night you want. Like I'll just pay you per girl or per guy that you bring. Okay, he's like per girl. He's like, I'll just bring you per person. And then it ended up being like $20 to $25 per person. And dude, there was also like a promoter dinner that happened before that.
Yeah.
So I was eating dinner for free, like eating at the coolest, trendiest restaurants.
Yep. Shout out
Dorsey. And then I was getting paid. Shout out Dorsey. Yeah. Do you want to explain that inside joke really quick? From American Psycho.
American Psycho. It's the restaurant he likes to go to.
That he loves to go to.
But
I wouldn't. Yeah.
No one goes there anymore.
The American Psycho. Anyway, fresh Patrick Bateman. But anyway, so we go to dinner. I'd bring like 8 or 10 girls, and then we go. And then depending if like my squad was too big that night, I get my own table, and then I get like my own bottles, and then I get my own drink tickets.
So they set you up with that, and then your
the
boys
promoter did
pay cover. Or no?
Theoretically, yes. Well, dependingly, it depends on like the ratio. But like, if it was just like a couple of my boys, I can usually just bring them in. But sometimes, they'd have to pay.
Well, because then why would they be paying you? Because then they give you a free bottle for all these dudes and girls.
But also the incentive is that like basically when I'm going out like with these girls and like partying next to these quote unquote rich guys, it's looking like I'm spending all this money. So then the rich guys that are standing next to me like, who's this kid getting all these bottles? I need to get some bottles
all
like
the Persian.
Yeah,
Persian
like, okay,
guys
dude,
are
like this guy just spent $5,000 because like
Yeah.
he thought that I was spending money. Like, okay, there you go. Yeah, I just made like my freaking few $100
That's
right
insane
there.
marketing. I didn't even think of that.
Dude.
So they just see this, like these older guys see this like little shithead 19-year-old kid with all these hot chicks around him, and he's not spending any money, so they try and like one up you.
Yeah. And then
Oh my
like,
God, that's
maybe
insane.
in hopes that maybe like
Right,
my
right.
table will flock to him.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
just happens
Which
sometimes.
I'm sure they do. That's what guys do
right.
at clubs.
So
They
at the
just, like,
same
throw
time, like
money
that
and
one
nothing
guy
happens.
paying like $5,000 one time pays
Yeah.
to me, you know, a few times. And then if I sell bottles to anyone, I used to get a cut of that.
Yeah.
You know, like if it was like if I sold $2,000 worth of liquor on somebody else wants to, like if one of my 19-year-old friends calls me and they're like, yo, Teddy, it's Wednesday night
Yeah.
in freaking July.
Yeah.
What are you headed tonight? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm going to SL, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, all right, dude, how much is the table tonight? I'm like, all right, dude, I could do even 2,000. And then like I would get
Nice.
20% on that.
Damn.
And then plus however many people I was bringing in to the club that night. And then maybe I get a cut of cover depending
Yeah.
on like how many people would actually come in.
So that's wild.
Usually it was a
So
lot,
you're, like,
especially it was high school kids.
yeah,
too.
it's like as a 19-year-old doing
Yeah.
that. That's wild.
Oh yeah, dude, I've never
a
fully
club
like
kid,
spoken
bro.
about that.
Yeah, seriously.
especially
well, I know
on
when I first met you, when I moved to this, well, I met you in college.
Yeah.
But I remember that was like kind of when I moved here 4 years ago, and I lived with Ryan, and then we started hanging out, and I think that was kind of like the
Ryan,
tail.
our mutual friend
Yeah.
from UConn.
Yeah, he doesn't talk to us anymore.
Yeah.
At the end, I'm just kidding. He does.
He does.
But not really. And at the end, that was like kind of the end of your career.
When
right?
was that?
That was 2000. What? It's 2020. So that was 2015.
Yeah, I think was it your first year in the city or
Yeah,
second
yeah.
year?
No,
When
first
you
year,
were living
first
in
year.
Gramercy.
Gramercy. I moved right to Gramercy. Yeah, and then
Right.
we used to go to your dad's spot a lot.
Right.
And then we would like sometimes go to a
Yeah,
club,
and then
right?
we go out.
But that was
Yeah,
like
bro,
kind of
that
the
was
end
the
of
tail
that was
end.
yeah, it was a tail end.
bro. I wasn't even
Yeah.
doing it that big, then, bro.
But you still had clout, you know.
But like, yeah, dude, it's a funny situation. You know, like if I were to, I think like for the most part, if I were like a parent looking over a child like myself, I think I handled it for the most part in like a good way. Like I came out unscathed.
Oh, for sure.
But there are definitely kids that
Oh, yeah.
you know, are still stuck in it and like older, and it's tough to get out of, bro.
But can you
know
like
what I mean?
can you
Like,
have
going out all the time?
can you have like a career like a legit career as an adult doing like being a club promoter, or do you
Yeah.
become like a partner in
You know
the,
what?
in the
I
management
think that,
company?
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
For the most part, you'll see people promoting for a few years, making fine money, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're making like $200 a night, whatever, then you're going out 5 or 6 nights a week. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine. You know what I mean? Making like $50,000 or $60,000 just doing that, and then assuming you're not just doing that for 3 hours a night, you're doing
Yeah.
other stuff or whatever it is.
Right.
But there's definitely a point where, yeah, you start off promoting and then, do a couple years there. It's basically, I feel like it's like an actual like start in like salary pay job. You know what I mean? Like 200 is likely one of maybe the bare minimum, kind of like that entry level. And then like you go up, you're like the VP and management. But I would think that like the end route, or for the most part, would be like opening up your own spot or becoming a partner in the initial business that you were working for.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when I was 19, I was literally doing like landscaping for my local college, and you were slinging bottles at Pacha, dude.
In the summer, during the summertime.
Yeah.
Right.
We were
I was never a Pasha dude.
Yeah.
I've never
They
actually
just-
been there.
Well, yeah, they closed, right? No, they don't around anymore.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. I used to work at Quinnipiac, the college.
Yeah, of course.
So I was on like the landscaping, like the maintenance team over the summer. So I would go and they called us the grounds creepers instead of the groundskeepers, because some of the older dudes would just definitely like hit on the girls on campus at like summer school. It was really weird.
So you worked for the university?
Yeah. So I would ride around in a little golf cart. I would sit there and paint. I would like paint speed bumps and like
yellow. And
yeah. I would sit there and paint speed bumps and
that's fun.
Do what's it called, weed whacking and all that.
Yeah, dude.
stuff.
If I had a fun job like this,
That wasn't
I would have
fun.
thrown that club promoting thing to the side.
Dude, I feel like it's good. I think everyone should do a little bit of manual labor once in their life, but it kind of sucked. Because then they would sometimes make me take out the trash. So I would literally, it was so embarrassing. I would literally be on like a golf cart that had like a little bed in the back, and I would go to each of like the stops, each of the buildings, take all this gross trash, put it on the cart, and then drive it to like the main dumpster and put it and just drive around and do that all day.
Just picking up garbage.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing because like summer school would be and they would be having like orientation. Yeah, I'm like walking into the gym while they're having like their like little lunch for orientation, and I'm like throwing out the trash. You're like, God damn, dude, you're like 18.
That'll build some character, though, man.
Seriously, man.
Seriously, I think that's why you're so freaking good at hosting this little
God damn
holiday edition
MF
special, bro.
Host, bro. We're slapping. We are running through this. What time are we at? 25 minutes, man. Wow. When we're just chopping it up, man,
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
It's a beautiful thing. We got to get out the mistletoe, bro.
So instead,
with you, hey.
Enough with the. So you had your journey as club promoter, and then you went to college.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of in this. What made you want to start the pod? Because you didn't go to school for like media or anything like that, did you?
Well, I was actually a journalism major.
Oh, you were?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so you always had a little bit of a passion for it.
Yeah, dude. So I actually had my own show when I was at UConn. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but there's a clip on your Instagram of you like doing the show, I think, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. No,
maybe.
I think, or you're tagged in it. I've seen a picture of you, and you're making like a funny little like off-color joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I had like a full show, hosts, guests, this whole sort of thing, man, back in college, and so it's just nice to get on the air again, bro. But also, as you know, I've spoken about thousands of times. I broke my jaw,
right?
So I had to get my jaw
Kanye West
fixed,
style, wired shut.
Yeah, bro. And I had a long time just to think about stuff, and I was just like, all right, there's so much shit going on in my head, bro. Let's spew it out.
Yeah.
And also, I know you love podcasting, and you're a tech guy. So, dude, we got a great report. So I'm happy we made it to episode 18, man. This is honestly, is impressive, bro. Remember when you were saying people stop at episode 7? That's it.
Crush that,
dude. We are like a 2 point more times than that. You know?
I've had people text me and be like, "I'm really impressed that you guys like keep going," which is like kind of an offhanded compliment.
I haven't gotten an offhanded compliment.
The podcast is trash, but you guys keep going, which is nice. I'm kidding, guys.
Sure they didn't mean
it's
that.
Absolutely fire, the podcast.
Yeah, man, it's fun too.
It is fun.
Yes.
But no, when you first texted me, you were like, "Hey, I'm gonna start a podcast, and I know you're the guy to do that." And I was like, "Yeah, totally." I had no idea how to do a podcast at all. So I literally just went on Amazon and like found stuff and sent it to you in like an Amazon wish list. And Teddy bought all the stuff. And it actually, I mean, come on. It's pretty professional.
No, it definitely
is. Like the sound is legit.
Dude. It's great. It's great.
We're running for it. So
yeah, we are.
Holidays.
Yeah.
You celebrate what?
I said, you know what? Okay.
Let's hear it.
So my mother, before I was born, converted to Judaism. She grew up
okay.
Catholic. So she grew up. Did she grow up Catholic? Oh, snakes. She grew up Methodist. She grew up Christian. Oh, wait.
Right.
Don't want to specify because I forget.
Christian.
So she grew up
somewhat similar. But.
Yeah, grew up Christian, celebrating Christmas. Converted to Judaism before I was born.
Yeah.
A few years before, and my father's Jewish.
Mazel.
So I grew up celebrating Hanukkah, but my mom's side of the family celebrates Christmas. So I used to get together in Philadelphia with my mom's side of the family for Christmas always, and I'd celebrate Hanukkah. And I basically knew 100% that I was Jewish. You know, I had a bar mitzvah, and I still know my Torah portion like by heart. You know, after this, if you want, I could just spew like a
I would actually love that. We can do the outro of you doing your Torah portion, maybe to like a little beat or something like that.
That could be good.
No, I'm kidding. We can do that.
So yeah, celebrating Christmas and Hanukkah was like always happening in my family, but just knowing kind of that I was Jewish, I guess, like gave me a religious identity, you know, going to Hebrew school like twice a week for a few years, for like 5 or 6 years, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that. Yeah, 6 or 7. I would have to ask my boys. I don't know. It was all a blur. Yeah. Used to get like really good bagels before.
Okay. That's a big plus of being Jewish, you know? The bagels.
But before Hebrew school, there was a great place. And it was usually after school. So, like, that was tough. And the bagel always got that energy.
Got that bagel hitting for sure.
Yeah, dude. Got the gluten flowing.
So, you celebrate Hanukkah, correct?
I do.
So as a Gentile, I don't even know like how. Like, so do you celebrate? Do you eat dinner every night? Is it like how many days is it?
8.
It's 8 days.
Yeah.
So you have like a legit like little feast every night?
No.
Just
it's just basically just like being aware that this candle lasted 8 days,
right,
and didn't go out.
Mm-hmm.
So that is basically
it. Where's
I don't know.
menorah?
Let's see. Let's see if I can get you like another Snapple fact.
Yeah, we need a quick
about Hanukkah.
Quick little fact check on Hanukkah because I think the viewers want to know, listeners, because we all know about Christmas,
Well, I mean, Christmas is what, the day that Jesus was born?
Yes, I think so.
That's it?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah.
Okay. I hope I was right about this 8 nights. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
Like,
8 crazy nights. I know, because of
the
the Adam Sandler John.
No, I know, but that's how long it is. But is it
Yeah.
the 8 candles? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
8
You tell me.
crazy nights. Family's like 1 candle, sundown. Oh yeah. This would be embarrassing. Why does Hanukkah last for 8 days? And I'm right. Whew! That would have been
8 days.
awful. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Can you imagine him singing
Yeah.
the prayers every single year for over 20 years?
When are you going home?
28 years. When am I going home?
Yeah. Well, you are sort of home. But
Yeah. What am I? I'm already sort of home. I have plans
chill with the fam.
to hang with the fam, and I'll spend Christmas Eve with some fam,
Yeah.
Christmas with some fam, and then Hanukkah's on the 23rd, which is very exciting to happen, on the December 23rd.
This is going to be dropping on, today is Christmas, right?
Today
Today
freaking
is
Christmas, bro. Yeah, wipe those sweaty paws, give me a nice handshake, Pat.
That was a little, come on, give me a better one.
Well, dude, I'm reaching over the mic, dude. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, so what was I going to say?
What were you going to say?
Christmas, Hanukkah. Oh, yeah, so we talked about it in the beginning. I know you're thinking of what to get me. I like really expensive electronics and things like that, iPads, MacBooks, overpriced Apple products. So also to the viewers, or listeners who want to send us stuff, we need
Should we put together a registry?
Yeah.
On
Can you do
Amazon?
that for?
Why
an
not?
Amazon wish list? You mean?
Well, isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, registry on Amazon. Yeah. No, I thought you meant on like the knot. Pretend like we're having a pod wedding and make a registry.
We could do that too.
No, let's make them Amazon wish list. We'll send it out to the viewers, and they can send it to us to make the pod better. Even though it really can't get much better at this point.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, if you want our address and want to send us something, email us tedjonesworld@gmail.com. Hit us up on IG, Ted Jones World.
You absolutely love to see it, Ted Jones. Thank you so much for opening yourself up to this interview.
Hey, thank you.
Being an open book,
Uh-huh.
because I know the viewers and the list. I keep saying viewers. I think most people are listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Right.
Most of them want to know who you are, where you came from, what you do. And I think they know now. And I think that's going to bring us closer to our listeners. And we're a big family, the Ted Jonesers, Ted Jones, Pat Charmel. And it's been a great pod. The snow didn't keep us from going. And we will always bring to you the best content, rain, sleet, or snow. Ted Jones, do you have anything to say to the fans as we exit?
No, I want to commend you, bro, for putting together this episode. This is very nice holiday episode. And bro, I'm looking
It
forward
really had
to
nothing to do with holidays,
Dude,
other than we had the
we have the
green-
microphones.
Yeah, we had the microphones.
I mean, that's about as holiday,
We'll throw in some little
we
effects.
talked about if I celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah too.
Yeah, exactly.
And we talked about
So
the candles of the menorah.
Do you want to outro with your reading? Your was it
quickly? Yeah.
Okay,
I guess I can just
look
break
right
it
into the
down quick.
camera.
Amen. Vayisa Yaakov Raglav Vayelech Artza B'nei Kedem Vaya V'hinei Va'el Basadeh V'hinei Sham Slosha Reson V'alecha Ki Min Ha'Ba'er Rahim Yashku Hadibarim Ba'utem Totafo Beininecha.
Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays. We'll see you next week. We love you.